Colleen Reiki.
My name is Camille Henderson-Davis.
My name is Laura Molieri.
My name is Diane Sullenberger.
I'm Cindy Choi.
Hi, Brian Walsh.
So I'm Don Matron.
I'm Mia Walsh.
I'm Sean Reiki.
So my name is Michael Kaunitz. I'm the Chief Driver Ambassador for the club and also one of our instructors. So this track has actually been designed to be a training track. So we don't actually do it, there's no racing on this track. It's really designed for educational purposes. So it's a perfect place for us to do these high performance driving clinics, which are really the entree for a lot of people who want to get involved in the sport and understand it. So the track's short, there's only a few different turns here, and we get to experience a lot of different types of turns and some topography up and down, but it's very contained. So they got a lot of repetitions, but if they don't have the high speed that you might experience, say, on the main circuit here.
I think that I'm just tremendously impressed with the commitment that PCA Potomac and this event in particular, geared towards women, has had towards saying we want to have as many women as are interested in participating come and feel supported in asking questions, in trying something new, in taking some risks, in sort of seeing yourself in a slightly different light. Because I don't think you can do this and not walk away feeling a little bit, more of a badass.
It really hits you when you first hear the noise of the cars. When we first got here, we had some in-class training, but there was some racetrack activity going. And so when you hear that, it really hits you that you're at a racetrack. But it's fun, and they present it in a safe way. So. One thing to think about is sometimes you're just going the regular speed, you'd be going on a highway, but it just feels like a more professional sort of experience.
It can be a really intimidating idea to take any car to the racetrack and to think about being at speed. And it doesn't matter if you have a Porsche. I started out in a Honda, and it's really just being able to understand vehicle dynamics. Which is something I thought I would never learn about or never be excited about. But the car balance that you learn in these exercises on the racetrack helps you be such a better driver on the street. And it teaches you invaluable skills of how to control the car if you go into a slide, or if you have to brake suddenly, or a deer jumps out in front of you. So that's what today is all about, and that's just such a valuable skill to take home.
Even though it's a racetrack, you're not really out there racing as far as your first time. I think it's more just for you to learn your car in a safe environment. So I definitely recommend everybody to come out here. Right?
Future DE instructor right here. I'm calling it now.
So yeah, I definitely recommend everybody. I mean, women, men, even kids that just got their license, I highly recommend them coming out here, because then they can really learn their car, and it's safe out here. You don't have to worry about other cars, like running into you or anything like that. So it's a little nervous in the beginning because, these cars are expensive, high performance cars. But, having the instructor next to you, and they're calmly just telling you what to do, it makes it so much easier. But after maybe first 2 laps, you get more comfortable, and then you start pushing it. And that's when the fun really starts. So, I would say it's normal to feel a little nervous the first couple laps, even the first session. But afterwards, you'll definitely start feeling more comfortable. So.
You definitely feel like your whole body is getting used, and I think it'll hit me later about the exhaustion, but you can tell that you need your whole body during the whole time, and you cannot not pay attention. I definitely think it's a great idea to take a course at a track, especially if you're 16 and learning how to drive. It's a safe environment to really build up your skills and build your confidence for when you're getting on the road. So teaching you how to drive out of skids and handle braking and curves. So highly recommend it for anybody.
I'd say the primary message we have to up-and-coming female drivers, women drivers, is to not be intimidated. Everyone has to start somewhere, and to start by learning the basics in whatever vehicle you feel comfortable with, whether it's your daily driver or whether it's a sports car that someone else has that you borrow. It's a great experience to learn the skills that you're going to apply on the racetrack and then take home with you to apply on the street. So it's a great starting point.
So we did a Zoom call this week for both clinics, and they all were raising concern about the weather. Are you still going to drive on track if it's raining? And our response is, this is a driving clinic to learn about your car's performance, your vehicle dynamics, and learning car control. So what better way to do it than in the rain on the asphalt?
So if somebody comes out here, it might be something that they are going to want to get more involved in. But these cars are made to be driven at higher speeds than what you normally do during the day, or on the weekends. So it's just a lot of fun to get into it. The reason I like to participate and help out with these programs is that people just have such a good time, and it gives them an opportunity to conquer something different, and to see the smiles on their faces that they've survived the weekend and learned something and now know how to drive their car better, and they feel more confident and can avoid bad situations on the roads, like I said. So
Some people come to this with, male or female, come to these events with a lot of trepidation. What am I going to do? How am I going to do? Am I going to hurt my car? Am I going to hurt myself? Can I do this, right? And some people come full of piss and vinegar and are ready to go, and they're all excited, and this is the only thing they want to do. And there's a lot of variations in between. And I think that the great thing about what we do here, in terms of how we train people and how we work with them, with our instructor corps, is that we adapt. And everybody's goals can be different, and that's all right. It's not our goals, it's what the driver's goals are that are important throughout this event. So if we have somebody who's really anxious, if the goal can be to help them get over the anxiety of being on track, and then for them to have a good time, that's great. I mean, we have 3 rules for our events, right? Be safe, have fun, and learn something, in that order. And so safety first, of course, but getting them to have some fun with this helps to reduce the anxiety for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think one of the things to realize is from an instructor standpoint, as the chief instructor, I know our instructor corps is some of the best trained instructors in the country. And so you are getting in the car with someone that knows and has been in that situation. They went through the same things that you did. That this is super intimidating. There can be a fear factor around it. But they're there to make sure that you approach it in a very safe way. And that you learn in a very safe way. They're obviously not going to put you or your car in any kind of situation that's going to compromise that safety. So we spend a lot of time, our instructors go through a very rigorous training program, and then there's continuing education that happens regardless on top of that. So the instructor is one of the main things that help keep everything safe. We have an army of volunteers as well that help contribute to that safety. And so we create an environment that produces very safe events.
And I think I would also say you come in and everything is really dictated by the student and your comfort level. So it's just like what I talked about with the car. You don't already have to have a race car. You don't have to come out and suddenly be Lewis Hamilton. Coming out, whatever you're comfortable with, everyone for the most part has driven in the rain before. You've probably driven in the snow. That's all it is out there. That's pavement that's wet that you've driven on. So starting with that framework, the instructor corps works with you at your comfort level to build up to, that's all it is. You're just applying some vehicle dynamics and some advanced techniques in that environment, but at the baseline, it's just pavement that's wet. You've done that before, so.
I did take autocross beginning of this year, and I thought that was fun, and I wanted to do a little bit more high-speed driving. I saw this great opportunity for all females, so thought I'd jump on it, and yeah, so now I'm here, and it's now an addiction.
The word racetrack in itself can be scary and intimidating to so many people, and particularly women. The idea of going really fast, sometimes, you know, that's not on the top of everyone's bucket list. But coming out here, going fast is the easy part. Going through the turns and maintaining the control of your car is the challenging part. And that's what we're trying to teach people here.